Welcome to George and Jane's YouTube channel of hobbies and interests. Please subscribe and remember to browse the playlists.
Doing a small job, and this video will be a combination of things. And I'll start off with this coil, this aerial coil. I purchased this off the shelf. I've also made my own as well, but I damaged it slightly because the enamel on the wires on these cheap coils is not very good. Although there's spacing, I've nicked it a couple of times. So what I'm going to do, I've got some varnish there. I'm going to re-varnish this, and then I'm going to use some insulation tape over the top, because you can easily knock these. It's alright if you're running QRP, but if you're running above 10 watts, it can flash over between these windings where I've nicked it. You know, if you put it down on the ground like that, you can easily scrape the enamel off there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to varnish this, and then when that's dry, it'll get some insulation tape around it. So that's my little job for today. Let's do that. Okay, what I've done, I'll give this coil, it's threaded into this adapter here at the moment. But what I've done is had several coats of varnish on the winding now, and that's obviously gone off. And then I've actually put this insulation tape around the winding to give it some protection, so if I do knock it like that, it's not going to knock the enamel off the wire. I could use like a self-amalgamating tape on it, but this is for portable use and it's not normally out in the weather permanently. And so that little part of this video is finished. Excuse the poor lighting in the kitchen. For those of you who follow my videos, hopefully you'll remember me making this remote antenna switch for my transmitters and things like that. This is a cable operated one, and there's a bank of relays I made in here to switch for aerials. There's the sockets on the back. Does work extremely well. I've not managed to get round to fitting it permanently because, you know, now the winter's come, you know, it's not good outside. So that is really complete. But I'm just going to go through an upgrade for you, what you can do. And you can buy a very cheap, let me get this box. Sorry, I'm kneeling down in the kitchen at the moment. You can get this bit of kit. It's called a smart switch. This unit here, very low cost actually. This one's a DC version. It'll run from 5 to 48 volts DC, and it's got Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and what it is a bunch of relays, volt-free contacts, which you can connect to different things, and you also get a remote control. You can program the 4 channels to be momentary changeover, or you can change the settings so they're all on or all off or individual, and assign them to these buttons. Now, because it's 4 channel and my aerial switch is 4 channel, I could incorporate this little board, this smart switch, because you can operate the switches via Wi-Fi or over your internet connection. So you can operate this remotely. So I could actually build this inside a slightly bigger box, or alongside this, so I can control which aerial by remote control. And all I need to do is to replace that switch there with the circuit board. So I can either have it in a box like this, away from here, or I could have a secondary box and have it mounted alongside this, which means I can control the antenna switch via my phone or by this control to change which aerial I want. And in fact, you could actually, if you're not running a lot of power, do away with this and this and have the wires going into those screw terminals going to your UHF or your coaxial connectors. And I think this was about £6 including delivery when I bought it. It was a while ago. Full instructions, and it's called a Wi-Fi smart switch, and it's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Yeah, quite a gadget, and I'll try and give it a quick demonstration if I can. Now, excuse the poor lighting here. I'll see if I can do it this way. It's not a very good light, you get a lot of reflections. Right, now there's the board there, and the remote board, and it's plugged into a power bank at the moment, and here's the remote control. So if I press number 1, you'll hear it click. Right, on, off. Number 2, on, off. Number 3 relay. Number 4 relay. And you can switch them all on actually, and all off. But you can program it to what you want to do via your phone. But so I can have one on and that one together, that one and that one, and that one off, and that one off, and that one off. But for aerial use, you really only want one connected at a time. All on, all off. And that's how it's programmed at the moment. And you can see the size of it. It's a titty little, you can get them mains operated. And this is running from my power bank because it's easy to demonstrate it. And that can easily be fitted to this system, so I can have remote control. And I can't remember, it's £4 or £5. I've seen them at £10 and things like that. Brilliant bit of kit, absolutely. And full instructions. You have to put an app on your phone, and then you can switch it on and off from that, and you can assign what you want these buttons to do. Well, this is carrying on with my video, and a little bit unusual, so let's put these over here like this, so hopefully we're not too much in the shadow. Let's put another light on. The trouble with this kitchen, you get lots of shadows, so yeah, if you stand right in front, there's one there, look. How can I do it? Maybe do it this way. Okay. Right, this is carrying on with my videos, or a video, and it's to do with buying stuff from Alliexpress. They had some offers on before Black Friday, I think they call it, like bundle deals, and because I wanted a few bits and pieces, it made sense to add to the bundle, and that way you got free postage. And I'm just going to go through some of the products I ordered and why I thought it was a good deal. And these are things I will generally use. So I'm going to undo them and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so they're out the packets. This is not all of them. There's 2 more of these units or similar units to come. So what have I got here? Well, I'm always using connectors and I wanted some adapters, N-type. So I got 2 N male to N male, male to male. I've got 2 male to males. And I've got 2 females to female adapters. Now here, I've used these quite a bit. These are DC to DC converters. Which are encapsulated, which means they're like waterproof. And these are 0 to 15 volts in DC, and they give 5 volts 3 amps maximum output. And I've got 2 of those because I've used these in solar nodes, Meshtastic and Meshcore. And because they can feed the main charging circuit for the 3.7 volt batteries, but these will drive Christmas lights as well if they're 5 volt. You know, you can easily adapt those so they can run up from 12 volt, and 12 volt is a more common input these days on equipment, so that can be built into equipment. So I've got 2 of those. And then this is where it gets interesting. These are EMI power line filters, or power supply filters, 2-stage, and they filter unwanted electromagnetic waves, sort of RF interference. And these will filter from 3 to 30 megs, and they will actually go up to 100 megs filtering, but they're not as efficient, so they're made for like 3 to 30 megs, and they're designed where you feed in your power into them, one end there, it's got a line near my thumb, and that's the output there. And if you've got like a switch mode power supply or anything like that, yeah, they work extremely well. And to be honest, they're only like a couple of pounds each, and they really filter well. And these 2 I've got here are for AC, and they're up to well, it says 25. Sorry, these are, let's get it right. These are up to 300 volts and can handle 20 amps. So you feed in one side with your input, and these are AC ones, and these are like common mode chokes, RF chokes, and I can't build these for the price I can buy them, because by the time I've bought the connectors, made common mode 2 transformers, got the capacitors, got the discharge resistors, got the ceramic devices here, ceramic capacitors, I can't build them for this price. And as I say, these are part of a bundle, so by buying a bundle from Alliexpress, I didn't pay postage. So in terms of what I ordered, I basically didn't pay for the connectors, because they would be equal to the postage. And to be honest, if I bought one of these connectors in the UK via eBay, I could actually buy 6 from AliExpress for the same price. You know, they're not the best quality. They are brass pinned and things like that. But yeah, so bear in mind, if you're building something, you can't build these yourself for the price you can buy a complete board. These are absolutely perfect for adding in your electronics or running your radio ham shack if you've got interference issues. Work well with switch mode power supplies, these do. So this is it for just on these accessories. As soon as I get the others through the post, because there's a little bit of delay, I'll do a video of those as well.